Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are in A Course in Miracles, workbook for students, the blue book, the combined volume. And I'm going to randomly read a text paragraph, and I just go like this, basically. Woo-hoo. All right. Chapter 7, The Gifts of the Kingdom, and I'm going to read paragraph 2. This is page 132 in the text. Spirit knows that the awareness of all its brothers is included in its own, as it is included in God. The power of the whole sonship and of its Creator is therefore Spirit's own fullness, rendering its creations equally whole and equal in perfection. The ego cannot prevail against a totality that includes God. And any totality must include God. Everything He created is given all His power because it is part of Him and shares His being with Him. Creating is the opposite of loss, as blessing is the opposite of sacrifice. Being must be extended. That is how it retains the knowledge of itself. Spirit yearns to share its being as its Creator did. Created by sharing, its will is to create. It does not wish to contain God, but wills to extend His being. That's so beautiful. Everything He created is given all His power because it is part of Him and shares His being with Him. We are all one. I don't know, it's funny because I should pause because things go through my head as I'm reading, but I want to get through the reading, and then I forgot what I wanted to share. So I'll try to maybe pause and share what I'm inspired to share so I don't lose it. But Spirit knows that the awareness of all its brother is included in its own, as it is included in God. The power of the whole sonship and of its Creator is therefore Spirit's own fullness, rendering its creations equally whole and equal in perfection. The ego cannot prevail against a totality that includes God, and any totality must include God. Everything that He created, everything is given all His power because it is part of Him and shares His being with Him. The extension of love, the oneness of all. I love you. If you would like to join me in prayer. Dear Father, if left to my own devices, my perception will be skewed. I surrender to you everything that I think and feel. God, please take my past, plan my future, send your Spirit to redeem my mind that I might be set free. May I be your channel and serve the world. May I become who you would have me be, do what you would have me do, go where you would have me go, and say what you would have me say, and to whom, dear God. God, I thank you for allowing us to join here together in this moment. Amen. All right, so it's funny, when I record the words, the book, instead of me, this is I feel much more vulnerable. It's so easy for me just to read the text and focus on the text. So I'm actually grateful that someone said they preferred this. So I was like, okay, well, let me just do this for today. I'll take it a day at a time. And I also realize that when I do this, I become more relaxed and more at one with God, more releasing of the ego as I go along. So I feel like it's better for me as well. And I do this for me, but I'm sharing it with you. So I think it's a good practice for me as well. So today we are on lesson 34. I could see peace instead of this. The idea for today begins to describe the conditions that prevail in the other way of seeing. Peace of mind is clearly an internal matter. It must begin with your own thoughts and then extend outward. It is from your peace of mind that a peaceful perception of the world arises. 3 longer practice periods are required for today's exercises. 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening are advised, with an additional one to be undertaken at any time in between that seems most conducive to readiness. All applications should be done with your eyes closed. It is your inner world to which the applications of today's idea should be made. Some 5 minutes of mind searching are required for each of the longer practice periods. Search your mind for fear thoughts, anxiety, provoking situations, offending personalities or events, or anything else about which you are harboring unloving thoughts. Note them all casually, repeating the idea for today slowly as you watch them arise in your mind, and let each one go to be replaced by the next. If you begin to experience difficulty in thinking of specific subjects, continue to repeat the idea to yourself in an unhurried manner without applying it to anything in particular. Be sure, however, not to make any specific exclusions. The shorter applications are to be frequent and made whenever you feel your peace of mind is threatened in any way. The purpose is to protect yourself from temptation throughout the day. If a specific form of arises in your awareness, the exercise should take this form. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. If the inroads on your peace of mind take the form of more generalized adverse emotions, such as depression, anxiety, or worry, use the idea in its original form. If you find you need more than one application of today's idea to help you change your mind in any specific context, try to take several minutes and devote them to repeating the idea until you feel some sense of relief. It will help you if you tell yourself specifically, I can replace my feelings of depression, anxiety, or worry, or my thoughts about this situation, personality, or event with peace. So, lesson 34, I could see peace instead of this. So this idea describes the conditions that prevail in the other way of seeing. And peace of mind is clearly an internal matter. So 3 longer practice periods, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, with an additional one at any time in between. So all should be done with your eyes closed. It is your inner world to which you will be applying today's idea. Some 5 minutes of mind searching are required, okay? So search your mind for fear thoughts, anxiety-provoking situations, offending personalities or events, or anything else about which you are harboring unloving thoughts, any thoughts that are not of love. Note them all casually, repeating the idea for today slowly as you watch them arise, in your mind, and let each one go to be replaced by the next. So the reason I'm rereading this is because I want to practice this now for 5 minutes, okay? If you begin to experience difficulty in thinking of specific subjects, continue to repeat the idea to yourself in an unhurried manner without applying it to anything in particular. So do whichever works for you. And then if a specific form of temptation arises in your awareness, then say, I could see peace in this situation instead of what I now see in it. Okay? Let's start right now. Thank you. I could see peace instead of this. Namaste. Thank you for joining with me. I could see peace instead of this.